Good evening, everyone. It is Erin Dalia from Wanderlust Healing, and tonight we're going to be exploring conscious breath work with a higher self-guided meditation afterwards. So, as usual, let's get on into it. What is conscious breathing? Conscious breathing was started by Leonard Orr from his experience of a rebirth breathing, and it has been formed into a very rhythmic and active breath that can be done sitting up or laying down that helps the body to release various levels of trauma and stored energy within it. Sounds like a lot. It is a big mouthful. And tonight we're going to practice a 15-minute section of breathing this conscious breath style in a very rhythmic method. And then we're going to go kind of right into a gradual higher self meditation in which we will be using that movement of energy within the body to explore maybe our higher realm, maybe some messages from our higher self, or just a feeling of peace and connectedness, which, to be really honest, is such a positive and wonderful thing to embrace in today's day and age. So, with that said, let's get into what the practice is, and let's start by talking first about who this is for not tonight. If you have trauma, which we all have trauma, but let me restate that. If you've had some very serious occurrence of trauma, like myself, the first time we do this type of practice, there can be a lot of buildup to release that's just been waiting underneath the layers of your consciousness and your rationalization and your judgment that's ready to let go. And what can that look and or feel like? It could be heat in the body. It could be sensations. Maybe you feel really irritated. Maybe you get angry. Maybe you get deliriously happy. Maybe you want to laugh a lot. It all has a lot of different ramifications as you go through this type of breathing. So it's really important that we give ourselves a very safe and comfortable space to practice with tonight and allow yourself to go through the experience as best you can. Remember, if at any point you are not enjoying this, you feel dizzy, you just feel out of it, it's not your breathwork style, come back to your normal rhythm of breathing. Before you decide to move, gently open your eyes if they're already closed. Come back into your consciousness and yourself in the space, and then proceed forward to get up and move around. When we do breathe actively in and out without stopping at the top or bottom of our breath, it can build up a lot. It gives the body a lot of energy. And so you don't want to just jump up right away because, you can get dizzy, you could collapse, you could faint. We don't want to do any of those kinds of things in our at-home practices. So take the time to come back to yourself, slowly open your eyes, come back to, and enjoy your time. The other thing that if you are as normal pregnant, always talk to a practitioner first about your pregnancy and if it's safe to explore various types of breath work. If you've had any respiratory issues or breathing issues, you've been sick recently, this can also be a very intense experience for you. So again, like I had just mentioned, come back to your normal way of breathing, take your time, and then allow yourself to slowly get up from this position. If you have any other levels of anxiety or depression or you're on certain medications, that feeling intense energy, emotions, sensations can be too much for you, just take the time to explore this on your own slowly and don't push yourself. There's no expectations here. There's no judgments. We are surely exploring this experience of finding ourselves and our healing path together. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get comfortable tonight. Whether you're in a reclined chair, you're sitting down on the mat, whether you are sitting up like I am tonight, I'm going to count out a few rounds of breath. You can breathe in and out through the nose. You can breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can practice. You can change as you continue on through tonight's practice, and you can experiment. Some people have done this breath only through the mouth, and some of the people have done this breath only through the nose. I tend to find that the way that you take in and exhale out breath will change and or deepen the effect of your feeling through this, depending on what type of energy you are consciously ready to release. We will take a few breaths to start by setting our intention for tonight, which is super important when we're talking about the higher self. When we connect with our higher self, and let's have a little conversation about what that is for those who are not totally aware. You have your physical body. So this physical body exists in our third dimensional world. It holds dimension, right? You can touch yourself, you can touch others. And then you have the emotional body, which is the way we feel. It's colors and frequency, and it's amazing. Then you have the mental self, which is that constant chatter that we always have going. Did we turn off the coffee maker? Did we, take the dog for a walk? Did we pay this bill? Like it's that constant chatter, judgment, of the external environment, interpretation of reality experience. And we have the vital self, which is a connected body, almost like the egoic self, that allows the kind of lower dimensions of mental, emotional, and physical, which have denser frequencies to them. And then we have the spiritual or higher self. And in a lot of texts, that's referred to as like the soul or the universal source, or, pick a word that works best for you. And tonight we're going to be working on clearing enough out of the lower bodies to really connect and float up to our spiritual vital, through the vital self, into our spiritual higher self realm and connect. And connect is different for everybody at every point. Sometimes for me, it's just an energetic experience of feeling loved, of feeling balanced, of feeling like I belong. Sometimes my higher self has messages for me, which is great. They can be like an image or a feeling. It can look like someone you might remember, which could be someone just from your past that you're not in your current world, and or it could be someone who has departed our world. So whatever it is, don't be attached to all of the symbolism that might come through in these moments or through this meditation, but definitely take it as an opportunity to glean some insight about yourself. Maybe it's something you want to focus on. Maybe it has something to do with your intention tonight. So let's enjoy the moment together, shall we? Per always, I have set a timer. We will be breathing for 15 minutes tonight. I will count out about a 4 count of breath just to get you in the rhythm of inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you need to deepen it for more than a 4 count, please feel free to do so once we get to that point. But let's just try to get into that rhythm, and I'll be giving guidance as we go. So I'm going to turn on the music. Already. So I hope you've gotten to a comfortable seating or laying down position. You're going to go ahead and let your arms rest by your side or comfortably in your lap. And we're going to get started. If you feel that it is convenient for you, you can go ahead and close your eyes. And let's take some deep clearing breaths to start tonight, coming in through the nose and out through the mouth. Coming in deeply through the nose. Nice big deep belly breath and out through the mouth. One more time, inhaling through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. And as you come to a natural cadence of your breath for this moment, let's set an intention for today's exploration of the self. Maybe it's something we want to know about. Maybe it's something we're unsure of. Maybe it's just feeling grounded, clear, healthy. And when you're ready, we'll start on the timer as we begin. Starting by inhaling through the nose and exhaling either through the mouth or nose, whatever works for you, to the counts of 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Continue on your own. Using that deep diaphragmatic breath, take that oxygen on the counts in through the belly and out through the chest. Keep breathing. Notice that you might feel a little warm or lighter. Know that you are in a safe space as you're breathing. Become aware, are you feeling it somewhere specific? Are you feeling it in your body somewhere? Keep that breathing in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Allowing yourself to just focus in on the breath. And notice that if you are feeling something really intense, if you can focus on your breath, does it start to ebb and flow? Do you have faith in that it will hit a point and you will come back to yourself? It will dissipate. Unclench your jaw. Relax your forehead as you're breathing. Relax your hands and arms. Shoulders drop as you breathe. Continue to breathe. Expand into whatever it is that you are experiencing right now. If you're feeling something that's intense, it's okay. You can keep breathing, or if you need to, you can come down and just come to your natural cadence. But allow yourself to explore as you're breathing in this rhythm. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Continue breathing. If you want to come into your own rhythm of breath in and out without pausing at the top or bottom, you can do that as well. We're a third of the way through our breath. You can continue to, if you feel you are continually exploring and enjoying this breath work, keep going. As you continue feeling this, you start hitting new points of higherness, higher energy, higher frequency. Where are you feeling it? Does it start in your head or maybe in your toes and fingers? Feeling in your chest or maybe your abdomen, your hips? Keep exploring the depth of this practice. Keep surrendering to the experience and try not to analyze, but try to just feel and observe. Remember to unclench your jaw if you need to. Relax your forehead and face as you're breathing. Continue on. Notice now that maybe the energy has started to mellow out with your breathing. Maybe you're starting to feel a bit euphoric and happy. If you're feeling something turbulent or overwhelming, can you surrender to it? Can you say, in this space, I'm safe. I'm okay to experience this. If your mental self is going crazy with memories, just observe. You don't have to participate in any way. Your creativity has hit a high. Can you say to yourself, I believe that these things will come back to me in the moment that it is meant to come forward. In this moment, I'm going to be with my breath. Doing that breath, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Again, making sure that your jaw is relaxed, your face is relaxed, letting your forehead relax, shoulders dropping, keep on breathing. Surrendering to yourself in this perfectly divine moment just for you. We're more than 2/3 of our way done with our breath work. You're almost there. Keep going. Keep surrendering to your breath and the experience. Keep going. We're almost there. Keep surrendering and feeling. Releasing into your moment. We're coming into that last home run stretch, getting in these last few breaths. Taking those last few moments to surrender to your process, to the feeling and sensation of what you're going through. For our last few breaths of this 15 minutes closing, we're going to do some breathing in and tightening, clenching up through the lower body, bringing the energy up through our sushumna and out through our crown to move some of this energy that we have created and stirred up within our body. So coming to a deep inhalation through the nose. We're going to start clenching up our pelvic floor, tightening the buttocks, tightening the lower abdomen, tightening up through the upper abdomen, clenching in through the chest, tightening, closing down through the throat, holding that breath, clenching up through the head, feeling that energy. Maybe it's a heat, a frequency, rising up through the bottom, holding that breath, hold it. Letting it rise, giving it permission to come up through the crown of the head and out in and around the body. And exhale. We're going to go right into the next breath. Breathing in deeply through the nose, clenching in through the pelvic floor, up through the lower abdomen, the upper abdomen, clenching in through the chest, tightening, closing through the throat, up through the head, giving it permission, energy rise, holding your breath, letting it ascend through the crown of your head and out around your body. And exhale, let it release, let it relax. Let your body relax. Let your breath come down into its natural rhythm and cadence. Allow yourself to just breathe. And as you're just breathing, notice, feel, how euphoric or light do you feel? What does your body feel like? Maybe you're tingling. Maybe you're just enjoying the calm after a storm. But with this, take the moment to rise. Allow yourself to float. Allow your mind to come to a point of ease, comfort. Allow yourself to float up, 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 as if you're being guided, gently pulled up towards divine infinite space. And notice that this space is limitless. Notice that this space is the complete and total darkness of creation. And you, a blissful ray of light, are shining divinely into it. Clear, clean, beautiful, powerful, shining in this creative space. And as you're floating here, completely at peace, completely safe, you notice that there's a door that starts to form in front of you. This door is wreathed in light. It is welcoming. Maybe it has your name on it. Maybe it has a symbol on it that you recognize. It's a color that you deeply identify with. And as you're floating, this door beckons you to move closer to it. And the closer you start to move, float towards it, the brighter the light becomes. The more welcoming it feels, like a warm hug embracing you as you move forward towards this door. Moving closer and closer. As you get to the door, you pause. knowing where you've come, who you've been, who you are. And when we pass through this door, we will be welcomed by our highest and greatest divine self, the version of us that chose to come here to earth to have our experience as humans, our divine essence, the shard that lives within us all, encouraging us and holding space for us. Opening your heart, reach for the doorknob, slowly start to turn as it effortlessly flows inward and welcomes you through the threshold in a warm and beautiful blanket of light. As you float through, you realize that you are standing in this beautiful room. You know this room. It's familiar to you. It's colorful. It's beautifully lit with the most incredible rays of light that you've ever seen or felt. And ahead of you, there's a chair. And as you walk towards this chair, you notice that there's someone sitting in this chair. And the closer you get, the chair slowly starts to turn around until you are face to face with the reflection of your divine being. And it is the warmest expression you've ever seen. A smile with eyes lit up, wreathed in rainbows of color, emanating from them to you and you to them. And this divine reflection of you could be how you look today, how you looked as a child, whatever it may be. Embrace each other. Give each other light and love and warmth, peace, and surrender to this embrace. Surrender to this experience. And as you surrender and as you open up your heart, notice what you are experiencing. Maybe you're remembering something about yourself. Maybe you're feeling. But allow them to show or speak or share with you. Take a few moments to yourselves together. When you are ready, allow yourself the opportunity to ask your highest self, maybe a question, maybe you give gratitude, share love, coming back to your intention for tonight's practice. It's always important that we take the opportunity to reflect in this space, this room, which exists within us at any given time. When you take the moment to release that which is not honoring you in the frequencies of your bodies, you can always rise up here and meet with your highest self. Ask them in this moment, show me, let me feel in my body when you are reaching out to me. Where do I feel this? How do I know in my human body who you are and when you are coming to me? Start to make the connection, maybe when they speak or share with you, that you're feeling this in your heart center. Maybe you're feeling this in your mind center. Maybe it's in your abdomen. Wherever it is, tune into it. And now that you've tuned into it and you've become so familiar with that feeling, it's time to say goodbye. It's time to give incredible gratitude and joy and love for our experience today, and surrendering to yourself and acknowledging that you allowed yourself to come here. You had that power within you at any and every time of your life. And as you start to say goodbye, you notice that you've been your highest self all the time. For you have always been sitting in this chair in your room, waiting for yourself to pay attention. And as you get up from this chair and you go back to the door, wreathed in light, you effortlessly float through it as you find yourself back in the infinite creative space. As we come back to feeling our breath coming in through the nose and out through the nose at your natural rhythm, start to gently float back down into your body, starting to become aware of your surroundings, maybe the temperature of your room, what the floor feels like beneath you and how it's supporting you. Taking the moment to feel where you felt them. Where did you feel them talking to you? Where did you feel them sharing with you in your body? What does your body feel like right now? What do your emotions feel like right now? What does the space around your body feel like right now? Take the time to just expand and surrender to the experience. And as we've surrendered, we start to wiggle our fingers and toes. We bring back some wiggles and giggles into the body. And as we slowly start to come back to our reality. Open your eyes ever so gently to take in the new sensation. And welcome back, my friend. How was that? If you've had some really potent moments, I highly recommend doing some writing right now. Write on whatever you want, journal, back a piece of paper. You don't have to keep it. You don't have to reflect upon it, but let's get it out. Let's make the complete let go of all that we just experienced no longer a part of the experience if we don't want it. And if we do want it, let's dial in our writing. God, it felt so good to be centered. It felt so good to feel my higher self, to realize that they have been inside of me all this time. And now I know how to get to them. And now I know how to access it. Take these moments to reflect upon the experience so that you may continue to grow and experience moving forward throughout the rest of this day, into the next, and into the next. It is all about continuing to show up and continuing to practice, my friends. I hope that you like this video, or it helps other people find it when they are learning to have their own experiences. I hope you subscribe to my channel. Wanderlust Healing with Erin Dalia is all about bringing you my mystical experiences as I continue to progress down my own healing path and make space for your healing path. You can always use the links in my YouTube channel to either reach out if you want to do some one-on-one work together, and or to see other videos, other breathwork techniques, or to join me live for class on Meetup. I also ask that if you feel so guided to, and you think other people in your world might benefit from this, that you please share this video. It is a blessing and a gratitude to you if you do share this with others that might need this experience at the right time because you were there for them. With that said, my friends, from now until then, so much light, so much love. I'll see you in the next class.